Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that we're going to talk about today on this Labor Day is we might have just run across the silver bullet that will destroy all mandatory registrations through all the gun control pushes that they've done in the past year and a half from a court ruling in 1968. And a lawyer in Illinois is referencing it, and that's what we're going to break down. This is one you need to send out because this one honestly has some significant potential as precedent. Everything will be linked in the description box below, including all the stuff I'm about to reference, so you guys can be more informed and share this out for yourselves. Now, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are distributing freedom twice daily, and we'd love to have you along for the ride for the content just like this. All right, let's get into this because this is something that I found extremely interesting and honestly could be it. Attorney presses vagueness challenge to Illinois gun magazine ban. Now, this is something that came out a couple days ago, but the article itself is not the payoff. Listen to what the lawyer says as we set this up, and I'll show you where they're going. This has potential. Springfield Armory versus the City of Columbus specifically will find that the firearm and magazine ban is, if not completely, at least largely unconstitutionally vague, Mag told the Center Square. Now, this is the important piece. They're going after two different angles here. The first one is unconstitutionally vague, and then the other one is the payoff with Supreme Court precedent. We're going to get to that right now. Check this out. If the vagueness argument doesn't lead to an injunction, Mag said, he'll revive his Fifth Amendment argument that the law violates the right against self-incrimination. That's the payoff, self-incrimination. Now listen to his references. Quote, this particular, our Illinois registration requirement, suffers from the exact same defect identified in Haynes versus United States 50-something years ago. That's the payoff, Haynes versus United States. Mag said the 1968 case found registration under the National Firearms Act didn't protect registrants having such information used against them. The challenged Illinois law requires certain firearms and attachments owned before the law was enacted to be registered by Jan 1 of 2024, or criminal penalties could apply. There is direct correlation to the Haynes versus United States Supreme Court decision from 1968, which is what I'm about to show you. Now, all of this is building upon the Fifth Amendment. So here's the actual Fifth Amendment for your reference. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia, when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb, nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be witness against himself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. Now, that goes against red flag laws all day long. You guys know I'm going to say that because that's one of the drums I bang every single day. But this also goes to the case in 1968, and this is the payoff. They have pushed so far with mandatory registrations and assault weapon bans and mag bans, all of these things which require registration and carry the penalty of law. That penalty of law is the key part. It's where the teeth are. Now, listen to what they're referencing in the Haynes versus United States case. This is about the NFA. Partitioner was charged by information with violating part of the National Firearms Act, an interrelated statutory system for the taxation of certain classes of firearms used principally by persons engaged in unlawful activities, by knowingly possessing a defined firearm which had not been registered as required. That's the piece. Registered as required. There's a direct correlation to the Illinois assault weapons ban. Now, here's the payoff of what they're referencing. Here's the decision. It follows that any proceeding in the district court must inevitably result in the reversal of petitioner's conviction. We have plenary authority under this code to make such disposition of the case as may be just under the circumstances. It would be neither just nor appropriate to require the parties and the district court to commence an entirely needless additional proceeding. Accordingly, the judgment of the Court of Appeals is reversed. There's already precedent which gives you a reversal against penalties for not registering with the NFA in a case called Haynes versus United States. This is from 1968. Fast forward to right now, you've got mandatory registration schemes that are happening at the state level, which mirror the exact case, Haynes versus United States from 1968, which have the potential to undermine all of their registration and assault weapon bans and mag bans, because registration under penalty of punitive damage or punitive action is the crux of the issue. They can't have their assault weapons banned without penalties, and if they have penalties, they go into the exact same situation of Haynes versus United States from 1968. This may be the silver bullet to undermine all of this. That's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.